Hi, I'm Brenda Buglione, and welcome to SnowMotion, the ultimate destination for ski enthusiasts. This week, we're spending time with legendary downhiller Andy Mill and catching a glimpse of Warren Miller's retrospective film, All Time. We're gearing up for a great season with all new ski and fitness tips. And later, Marcus Caston takes on the world's largest amateur ski race, known as the Inferno. There's a lot of action packed into this episode, so let's get after it.
Since 1976, U.S. ski and snowboarding has relied on the name Steadman to keep its athletes on the slopes, competing and winning against the world's best. Today, that legacy continues as the most innovative minds in sports medicine provide personalized patient care to our nation's best. On the World Cup Tour and beyond, the Steadman Clinic and Steadman Philippon Research Institute, treating Team USA and the athlete in all of us.
SnowMotion is brought to you by the Steadman Clinic, treating Team USA and the athlete in all of us. And by Gorsuch. In the 70s, Andy Mill was America's best downhiller. He won the national championship in 1973 and competed in 2 Olympics. As one of our sport's greatest ambassadors, Andy continues to share his dedication and love for skiing. I got a chance to catch up with Andy over the summer in Aspen. Andy, you were a rock star back then, and you even looked like one then and now.
People throw that term around so easily, you know, everybody's a rock star.
Well, I mean, they were.
They call me Downhill Jesus, because I had the long hair and the big beard. That's a long time ago. But anyway, it was a great run.
Okay, so what was it like racing in the 70s as a downhiller?
I mean, those years were on fire. Downhill ski racing, I mean, it was cutting edge. And as a U.S. ski team member, we were behind the 8 ball our first year in Val d'Isere. I look over at Erwin Stricker. He's got a fairing on his helmet. He's got bent ski poles and a rubberized suit. I looked at Carl Anderson. I said, dude, we're hosed. So we had to make this monster shift just to even get back in the game. And we were pushing the envelope pretty hard, you know, because that's what you did. I mean, if you want to win, you have to push hard. And if you don't fall once in a while, it's like, okay, where am I not pushing hard enough? Where's that fine line of going too hard and getting hurt?
I didn't realize how many times you broke things on your body.
Yes, but look, you know, people say, well, you were a great skier. You skied in 2 Olympics. Well, I wasn't that good, otherwise I wouldn't have got hurt so much, right?
Okay, but I mean, you were 6th in the 1976 Olympics, and then again you competed in 1980 and was 16th. That's amazing.
No, it was not amazing.
Okay.
Look, amazing is when you win the Olympics.
All right.
Okay. I didn't find my footing as a ski racer until my very last year as a ski racer. I trained with the Austrians, and I was like 5th and 6th every train run, and then I tried a pair of atomics, and I started winning all the train runs. So that last year I got to the Labrahorn in Wengen, and I caught an edge off that last jump, and I skied into a fence head first, and I broke my neck, my back, my leg, and all the ligaments in my right knee. So my career was over just when I had the right coach, I had the right skis, I had the right mentality. I figured out how to get to the top that last year, even though I didn't win.
Okay, so that's a nice lesson for all the other young kids coming up.
You know, it's really important because when I eventually made a career change into fishing, I took that attitude and that methodology into tournament fishing and won more tournaments than anyone.
Now you're the best in the world at tarpon fishing.
I was pretty good. No one won more tournaments than me. I had the best team, I had the best guides, mentors, and when I started to realize I'm pretty good at this, my mindset was I'm not going to lose. And that's the difference in the mindset between doing well and winning. And that whole mindset can make that lateral shift from being a sports person to life, to business. You know, I left the world of skiing 40 years ago, and now at the age of 70, I can't believe I made this lateral shift from skiing into fishing, and my fishing life is more profound than what I ever did as a skier. But I'm known in this part of the world as a skier, and a lot of people have no idea the other side.
Now they will. And I think what you've learned is so valuable.
But we all have chapters, and it's important to be able to make that bridge to the next one. What are you going to do with this valuable, precious piece of time? And I think a lot of people become somewhat complacent. Well, it's like, you have to kind of man up or woman up and still go do these things.
Yes, absolutely.
And I love that old adage, you can't let the old lady or the old man in.
And never. You just keep moving. That's my saying. Never stop moving.
Yeah, I don't care how old you are. Find something for yourself. Find something that you dig and go challenge yourself to be better and see how good you can become. And in that way, you refine the process of how to win. Learning what you can take away from that experience and what you have to leave behind, because you never want to do that again.
Right. Thank you for making my job easy. I didn't.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
Coming up, I'll teach you how to achieve the best edge angle for any slope. And then we'll rewind through the history of skiing with Warren Miller's film, All Time.
Feed has everything you need to fuel your workout. Hydration, gels, chews. We even have breakfast shakes. Ready for your ride?
Totally. Let's go.
Join over 500,000 athletes that are fueled by the feed.
Gels every 20 minutes.
Your feed coach can help you pick out what you need for your workouts.
Thanks, Feed Coach.
Don't forget to hydrate.
Doesn't matter if you just started training or you plan to win the World Championships. Shop today to get a free water bottle printed with your name. Visit thefeed.com. Fuel your workout.
Dream job? Oh God. Marine biologist. A food critic.
I already started a coffee roasting business, Pacific Crest Coffee Company. And our first location's doing really well, and we're opening up a second location now in Truckee. Outside of ski racing, definitely dream job, heli ski guide.
Lifty at Cochrane Ski Area.
We don't just repair injuries, we look within to harness the body's own power to heal and decipher the delicate balance of tendon, cartilage, and bone. Developing new treatments so you recover faster. The Steadman Clinic and Steadman Philippon Research Institute. The future of orthopedic medicine is here.
For all my latest ski tips and chairlift interviews, subscribe to SnowMotion on YouTube and follow me on Instagram at Brenda Buglione 1 and on Facebook at Brenda Buglione. This tip is going to be all about edge angle. When you're skiing from the top of the mountain to the bottom, you're going to encounter different terrain. You're going to hit steeps and flats, and your edge angle will constantly be changing. The steeper the slope, the more you want to get your ski up on edge, like this. When you're skiing the flats or more mellow terrain, you can stand up and have a little less edge angle, like this. So let's talk about creating the edge angle. Your skis are shoulder width apart. At the top of every turn, we're going to roll our skis up on edge. We're going to be standing on the ball of the foot. We're going to roll our ankles and knees into the hill. We're going to have more weight on the downhill ski, but they're going to equally be on edge. When the slope is steeper, we're going to really get them up on edge. And when it's not so steep, we can stand in a more upright position and create less edge angle. I have a tendency to roll the downhill ski up a little more, and that creates this A-frame, which is old school. You really want to try to roll both skis up the same angle. But remember, more weight on that downhill ski. You want to initiate every turn like that, rolling the big toe, rolling the ankle, rolling the knee into the hill. And the amount we roll is how steep the terrain is. If it's really steep, we gotta really angulate, get our legs a little further apart, but if it's not, we can stand up. Make a smoother turn without so much edge. Nearly 75 years in the making, Warren Miller's new film, All Time, is a celebration of skiing and snowboarding through the decades. It's an exploration into how snow sports have become an obsession and way of life, with the signature wit and wisdom we all come to expect from a Warren Miller movie. Stream All Time, available now on Outside Watch.
For all of us, this is ski time. A time when you can have total freedom. And making those turns is something that you can't really explain. But I'm glad that I could share some of mine with you. This is the all-time escape to the all-time ski run.
When we started doing all this stuff, we were just boogieing down the hill, doing our thing.
Well, they always told me, slow it down.
I do it not because I want to do something crazy. I do it just because it's an absolute blast.
Don't forget it. You can't get hurt skiing unless you fall.
When I get to film, the light goes in that camera lens, and that moment will be forever captured, and I'm glad we're capturing this.
Sorry, Warren, I got the wrong tape in there.
That's not a problem. We can go from the top again.
Those are those turns that you remember, 40, 50 years from now, that you say, that was something.
You're so in the moment that nothing else matters. You transcend time when you're skiing.
I'm having more fun skiing than I've ever had.
The tricks have changed, the culture's changed, but the feeling hasn't changed.
All I got out of my trip is a lot of memories that'll be with me forever. Memories of good turns in good snow on good hills with good people. And isn't that enough?
It's my time.
Warren Miller was such a great icon. Here's a look back at the SnowMotion vault at the late, great Jim Sailstrom and the song he wrote about Warren. I'm standing on a perfectly groomed run here at the Yellowstone Club in Big Sky, Montana. At the bottom of the mountain is the Warren Miller Lodge, named after the legendary filmmaker Warren Miller. Today was a special day. We got to listen for the first time to a beautiful song sung in his honor. And we got to spend the whole day skiing with Warren.
He was born to be a surfer and a skier. In Hollywood, where all the films come from. And he took his special vision and a way to get things done. 16 millimeters filled with fun. When his films came out in autumn, we'd all ride.
What was your reaction last night when you listened to Jim Sailstrom sing a song in your honor?
Well, to be honest, my wife kept pushing my chin up because I was hanging my head, and the reason I was hanging my head was I was crying. What else can I say? Yeah, it was one of the real high points of my life, quite honestly.
Warren Miller, the artist for all seasons, Warren Miller.
The song was debuted during the annual Warren Miller Cup weekend at Warren's winter home, the Yellowstone Club. Songwriter Jim Sailstrom is thrilled with the reaction.
Skiing has been a big part of my life, and as it has yours, of course. And to get to meet Warren Miller and get to ski with him and make some turns and write a song for him and sing it for him, this has been an incredible time for me. It's been a wonderful, wonderful experience.
Warren Miller does it almost every day. This is a song to praise.
Moose, last night when Jim sang to the entire group that tribute to Warren Miller, what was going through your mind and heart?
Well, Brenda, the hardest part is, you know, I'm supposed to be a tough guy. And I was
Look
crying.
tough.
It was, I get choked up even now, see? But it's about the passion of skiing that Warren brings to the whole world.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary Hart. Warren thinks I need to be famous, and I will be if I'm your friend.
You've been my friend for more years than either one of us want to talk about.
Do you know,
right
that's
now.
right. And you know what? I will say, for the record, you are my inspiration.
Thank you.
Let's go make some ski run together.
Let's do it.
And he shared the great outdoors like Jack London did before. He shows us we can fly, but who says don't take life so seriously?
Just skiing with you this morning and watching you make these beautiful, graceful turns down a steep, smooth run is one of the most beautiful sights I've ever seen.
I ski the same way I skied in 1940 when the skis were 7'3" and 7'6", and you needed your entire upper body to make them turn. The perfection of ski equipment has come right along with my birthdays. Because if I had to ski in bumps on those old skis, I would have quit a long time ago.
At 82 years old, Warren is still as passionate about the sport as he was when he was just 12 and traded his roller skates for his first set of skis. Warren, the freedom and the inspiration that you've given to all of us, and the things that I saw in the movies, I never did. I was just a ski racer. But now to go off-piste and to explore a mountain and feel free is the gift that you have given me, and I enjoy every minute of it.
It's all about freedom.
It's about freedom and letting go and feeling the wind on in your hair, under your helmet.
Wind in whose hair?
For all seasons, Warren Miller.
As the founders of Surefoot, Bob and Russ Shea are obsessed with creating the perfect ski boot for you because they know that a properly fitted custom ski boot will make you a better skier, whatever level you're at. At Surefoot, they've developed a process that guarantees the perfect fit for each customer, and of course, they are obsessed with the process.
We have 300 experts in Surefoot on the world that all use the exact same process.
Surefoot, better fitting, better skiing.
If we want to protect the places we love, we must vote. America is a nation of many nations, many histories, many experiences. But despite our different paths, we all converged here. You see, our common ground is the land itself, our playgrounds, and places we love. Now we must protect them from the effects of climate change. If you love the land, make a plan to vote this November.
We see athletes as the ones that set goals in the recovery of a life-altering injury, the individuals that redefine the magic of getting back up, those that reframe their own recoveries to not be identified by their disability, but by what they will find next as their new ability to succeed. We are High Fives, the safety net of the outdoor sports community.
SnowMotion is brought to you by Surefoot. Better fitting, better skiing. And by Oakley. Welcome back to SnowMotion. There's nothing worse than having a sore back to sideline you from hitting the slopes. U.S. Ski Team Director of Sports Science, Per Lundstam, shares an exercise that will help strengthen your back.
So the exercise we're going to do today is the Superman, and then with shoulder rotations. Sometimes we can use a light weight, but we're going to use this ball this time.
Okay, this is light. I should be able to do this one. Okay, so I go down.
Yeah, exactly. And then you lift your feet off the ground. So almost your whole body comes off the floor, right? You stiffen the whole body, glute and hamstrings.
You mean lift up as hard as I can?
Exactly. You push the belly into the floor. And then you want to push that ball as far as you can away from you during the whole circle. That's great. 4 circles each way.
4 each side.
Yeah, that'd be great. Backs are very complex and we do get tired, and we trying to combat that, right?
Okay. Well, that felt like it was a hard exercise using a very light ball.
Yeah.
Do you recommend more weight?
Barely, maybe a pound or two if you
Okay.
have one of those really light little
Yeah.
dumbbells. Just needs to be light. If you're really strict in the movement and pushing that weight away from you, yeah, you barely need anything really.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That'll keep your back stronger.
Yes, the whole posterior chain
yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Okay, no more back pain.
Exactly.
The oldest and longest downhill course in the world is in Mürren, Switzerland, and it's known as the Inferno. Marcus Kasten takes on this legendary feat in Return of the Turn. Subscribe to Return of the Turn on YouTube and never miss an episode.
In Europe, ski racing is more than a pastime. The history and legacy of skiing is intertwined with day-to-day life. Here in Wengen, the Laberhorn is one of the most legendary downhill courses on the World Cup. People come by the thousands to be part of the energy on Downhill Day, but only an elite few get to race. But just across the valley, in the town of Mürren, there's an equally legendary downhill course. The oldest and longest downhill race in the world, the Inferno. One that any skier who dares to enter can suit up and be part of one of the oldest legacies in skiing. We made it to Mürren, Switzerland, which is arguably one of the most beautiful places in the world. And we're gonna go race the Inferno. In true Return to the Turn fashion, we showed up here and we know we're gonna race, but we know nothing else. Lucky number 1794. All right, it's happening.
And my grandfather was Arnold Lund, who started the Inferno ski race. It's known as the longest ski race in the world. He and a bunch of pals were sitting around and they said, skiing's getting too organized. Why don't we just have a simple race where everybody starts at the top together and the first one to the bottom wins?
And of course, since then, it has grown and grown and grown. And it's fair to say that now in its 79th year, it is still going strong, unbelievably strong.
It is where the downhill race as we know it today on the World Cup circuit was born. There are 1,850 competitors and you go at 12-second intervals. So it's pretty gnarly because you get people of all abilities overtaking, hopefully not crashing out.
It is the only time you have completely free rein to go as fast as you like on a prepared piste, and you can go hell for leather.
The full length goes 14.9 kilometers traveling downhill, but also a little bit of uphill. So some of the challenge is just how long it goes, but it's also different conditions depending when your start number is. It's a bit like sitting in a souped up car and going around a racetrack. You know there's nothing coming the other way. You can go as fast as you want, and that's very addictive.
Everybody here has downhill skis or Super G skis, and it's like a pretty serious attitude happening right now. This is kind of like our final inspection because we won't have a chance to look at it before we run, which is crazy. I don't know if you want to be going full ball up here or if you want to kind of do the resting, you know, and save yourself for the bottom. It's going to be hard to know like how much energy to save. The first part is probably like 3 or 4 minutes of just tucking on the flat cat track. So your legs are going to be smoked. And then you come into this super steep and narrow section. And I mean, these are monster turns. Your legs are going to be super tired. These are going to be hard turns.
That guy looks fast.
Yeah, there's a lot of fast guys here. A lot of like German speed suits. It's kind of like everybody looks like they're gonna blow their knees out or they're just gonna rip a World Cup downhill. Yeah, that guy's sick. That was the line.
Well, that's all for this episode of SnowMotion. Thanks for joining us, and tune in next time for more winter sports action. Until then, I'm Brenda Buglione, and we'll see you on the slopes.